Reverend Crystal Cox here. We're reading from the Awakener. You can, if you'd like to donate to our church, it's bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com for our PayPal. Now, last time we were talking about the Dark Lords, and so we're on page 46 of the Awakener. And the actions of the Dark Lords, if viewed from a higher perspective, have presented a great learning to this universe. And that the Dark Lords won't be there. Some goo on there. Won't be the people that choose to move on to a 3D planet because they can't accept the higher frequencies. They won't have the Dark Lords. It'll just be their own. Because we had free will here, but we also had the Dark Lords. More on that another time. Okay, page 46, the Awakener. In order to ascend, the planet and each person choosing ascension needs to bring the density or frequency of the four lower subtle bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and lower spiritual, up to that of light. There are 8 subtle bodies and 4 are termed lower. This means that any part of those lower bodies that contain dense energy has to have that energy raised and released. The types of situations that usually have dense energy attached to them are upsets, traumatic experience, unhappy thoughts, pain, or anything in the dark. We do not need to pay attention to the 4 higher subtle bodies. All that is required for any life form to ascend is that they link into the divine flow of the universe, which is, part of what I teach with the Bashar stuff of knowing the belief. So once you know the belief, then you've looked right at that experience and then you can transmute it instantly. They need to permit any dense vibration around them to come to the surface and be raised in frequency, which releases them. There is a choice in how one raises these energies up to the surface. The tough way to do it is to attract into your life the necessary situations and people that will trigger these things. For example, you may have had past traumatic experiences of losing loved ones, and the pain of this has been buried deep within the mind. You may then attract into your life a situation in which someone you love leaves you. This will have the effect of triggering the earlier painful experiences, and you will find that you are handling this old pain as well as the current one. This is often very difficult, as it is all much more intensified. It does, however, handle this buried energy, providing you do release it and don't bury it back down again. If you bury it again, you will then have to attract another set of circumstances into your life to help raise it up again. If you continually do this, life can become pretty uncomfortable. The easier and more graceful way to do this releasing is to increase the intake of light by becoming more one's true self. This can be achieved via many routes, including affirming a new reality of self. Letting go of the controlling structures of the mind, meditating, visualizing, flooding oneself with love and light, and allowing ego to blend into spirit and service. It is time for an attitude of out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay. Well, I think I lost my place. Oh. Have a clear out and change all those things that are not in harmony or truly representative of the you that you are now. Who are you right now? You choose in every moment. You re-choose in every next moment. This means every area of your life, the colors and styles of clothes you wear, the furniture, pictures, wall colors, and decorations in your home, friends, job, way of life, all your fixed patterns and comfort zones, anything that is not reflecting the vibration you are now, which is probably why a lot of people are losing everything now. I've already been there, done that. And that kind of dark night of the soul, removing the old, allows for you to bring through only what is authentically yours that you want in the now. Review your Christmas card list, your shoe rack, music, the dark cupboard, attic, old papers, clutter, and things you keep in case they may come in handy. Realize also that you are continually changing, so this will need constantly reviewing. We complain about the quality of our throwaway society that gives us modern furniture, clothing, cars, fashion trends, and electrical goods and objects that don't last very long. You often hear people say they don't make them like they used to. Furniture was made to last. Shoes and clothing were made of natural fibers and were easily repaired. Parts for electrical goods were easily available, and it was usual to replace the part rather than buy a new item. And generally things stayed around much longer. However, as we know, there is always a higher purpose to be seen, and the apparent poor quality and service of modern day life forces us to constantly renew the energy around us. We are in a new time, and this time demands that we keep the energies around us matching the constantly increasing vibration of both the earth and ourselves. With the current system, we are more likely to have around us things that are created now. The latest technology, new ideas, new timber, minerals and material, all these things contain the new finer energy vibrations. Surrounding ourselves with new finer energy rather than old denser energy assists us greatly in our progress towards ascension. As you increase your own vibration, you will feel more comfortable with things around you that are of similar frequency to you. You will feel tranquil and at ease with the areas of similar vibration and uncomfortable with colors, objects, and people that are not similar to you in vibration. This doesn't mean you have to follow current fashion or even that you need money to make these changes. You simply create the space to allow the new to present itself. You may be given all manner of things if you permit the abundance of the universe to reach you. Recognize who you are now and fully support that reality in your life. It is amazing how many different ways the universe has of presenting its abundance, if you will only allow it. If you keep your life clogged up with old, dense vibrations that are no longer relevant to you, you will stop whoever or whatever is meant to be in that space because it can't get in. If you don't quickly spot the lessons to be learned in life, the same things occur. Then you will have a continuing pattern of attracting the same type of person and the same sort of situation into your life over and over again. The new people and experiences that are really meant to be in your life cannot come in because you are not ready for them yet. It can make life very stagnant and repetitious instead of fast-moving fun with increasing awareness and wisdom. You can actually feel the rewards of a fast pace in your life. When you are spotting quickly the lesson to be learned, you feel the excitement of winning and realize you are swiftly progressing. The earth has similar choices to you in how she does her clearing. She can raise the frequency of her bodies gracefully by absorbing greater light, or she can do it through geophysical changes such as earthquakes and floods. The earth has to bring all the energy within her structure back into the perfect ball of energy it originally was and raise the frequency in order to make her ascension. The earth being is quite capable of doing this. The way she does it is dependent on the amount of light she receives. Hence why we're here to help raise the vibration, to bring the light, to help Mother Earth. She wants to release these areas as gently as possible, and we are assisting this by focusing light in and across the earth, creating positive and healing patterns around the world. Prayer also has been a form of connection to the divine source of all, and we know this links to the power of God and of Goddess. Using the right to decree assists greatly. Another way to assist the earth is by keeping our own auric field, our auras, clear and free of negativity. So every belief system we identify, every shadow self that we clear, we're raising the vibration of Mother Earth to help her to ascend to the fifth dimension, the fifth world. We can then allow the light to pass through the energy centers, chakras of the body, down into the earth. You can keep this field clear through the discipline of permitting only positive thoughts, pure intent, using affirmations, being non-judgmental, moving from the head to the heart, realizing that everyone is connected and becoming more loving. There are various products available that assist in raising vibration and help to clear the lower bodies. There are color, sound healing, oils and crystals, essences of the high vibrational combination, such as Avatara Harmony and Aura Light for these purposes. Never heard of those. And I've read this book. So, when considering any of these, use only what resonates in the moment and feels right to you. Follow your highest excitement in every single moment. Products that may have been highly effective in the past may no longer be pure or contain the vibration necessary to assist us or the earth. Each of us have different needs, and whereas one may find that aromatherapy produces miracles, someone else may need more peace in their life or to look at the area of confidence or self-love. There are many paths because people are different, with as many different needs. By following our intuition, we can lead ourselves to increased awareness and higher levels of evolution. For many people, it feels right to help the earth in a more practical way. This is also helping greatly. If it feels right for you, trust it. She is very grateful for all forms of help. When sufficient light is brought in to help this transmutation, the earth does not then need to correct the energy balance in a geophysical way, such as through earthquakes, floods, etc. In her love and compassion for all life upon earth, and for her own comfort, she would naturally prefer to have a pain and trauma-free transition. As we know, most mothers would choose the gentlest birth possible. She is no exception and doesn't enjoy the pain of cracks and upheavals in her structure, or the added trauma of human suffering. This is where the special dispensation of energy from the hierarchy and the tremendous work of focusing light by the incarnated light force, that's you, starseeds and light workers, greatly assisting Earth. To the degree that light is received in by Earth, so can she transmute gracefully. We're here to raise the vibration of Mother Earth to make her transition happen and happen more gracefully. We can also use the wonderful gift of the violet ray given to us by Saint Germain. It's Chowan or guardian. The violet ray is a high frequency vibration and transmutes all lower density energies. When one is releasing negativity in any situation, access the violet ray and visualize violet pouring through that thought, place, or person. This transmutes it to a higher frequency, becoming positive energy. Negative energy doesn't just disappear. It moves out and hits someone somewhere unless it's transmuted. Oh my goodness, you gotta transmute it for like that. Violet is the color of the highest frequency energy chakra in the body, the crown chakra. Everything now on the planet that has its basis in a dense frequency, meaning anything fixed and immovable based on old ideas, concepts, lies, power, control, fear, and materialism, has to free itself up and begin moving with the increasing planetary frequency, which is what is happening right now with the Great Awakening known as the lockdown, the corona drama. If it cannot or will not shift its rigidity, it will simply crumble and disappear. What is required now is a movement into spirit, bringing with it ingredients such as love, compassion, tolerance, truth, harmony, and balance. We see many things changing now, such as the ending of communism, the demolition of the Berlin Wall, the collapsing of major insurance companies and banks, and now, right here in 2020, this was written in 97, everything's coming down. The financial system's changing, the old medical system, old everything, just gone. That's what it sounds like when it goes. Okay. Anyway, so we know all that. Okay. All these things are a move from individuality to oneness. However, to achieve this, each individual must now resume responsibility for the creation of his or her own world. It is very much a part of current practice to be constantly handing one's power over to councils, government, doctors, police, and various people that we think must know better than we do. Which is kind of the theme for today, like the superiority in reading the Nerve book, but also in what's going on now with the lockdown is all about this breaking people's godlike belief in government and police and councils and all this authority. We don't need that crap. So yeah, we do this out of fear and a feeling that we can't manage our own life. And of course we can. All power now must come back to the individual. Sovereignty. Now everyone must realize that they hold the light and potential within of becoming a Christed being. Because, you know, Jesus came here to be an example in this reality, not to be worshipped. That's my tidbit in there. In truth, everyone is already this and needs only to know it is so. We create our own reality. The oneness being attained is a recognition of our inherent divine connection to all life. Do not confuse this with the third-dimensional one-world government plan to control the population. The rule of becoming self-empowered also applies to gurus and philosophers, past and present, who have played a large part in the evolution of this planet. Now the ones of light are telling the people that there is no need to seek outside themselves for God, for this connection lies within each one. Spurning adoration from others, they are handing back the power to the individual. Sovereignty. Through the divine use of God's will, everyone in the universe has the right and the power to manifest and heal. There are no leaders or authorities bringing in the new age on earth. Millions of people are involved, each seeking the truth within themselves rather than from outside authority. All are becoming masters and seeking their own connection to the purity of God, all that is, the source. This is the perfection of the divine plan on earth. All serving the light are assisting and encouraging each other to take up their own power. Sovereignty! Encourage every day to be completely true to you and know your beliefs. There is no one guru holding sole power for anything. Everyone is sharing and anchoring the new energies, such as the feminine principle now reaching earth. There is nothing in the divine plan for earth that tells us that only one person will ever be allowed to channel the ascended masters or cosmic beings or have access to the highest truth. There is no one person or one group who hold the sole rights to the ascended realms. There is no elite or select group solely graced by God. Look in your hearts. Would any of these things ever truly be so? Also, no one is born of evil and warrants expulsion from your heart. The wondrous gifts of love we have been given is for all mankind, for everyone is truly a child of God. If you perceive energy you would prefer not to work with, that is discernment. If you then say that it is bad energy and withdraw your love, this is judgment. In so doing, you have failed to see the higher picture and have denied someone their right to learn and evolve. We have the use of many wonderful tools now to assist, such as crystals, angels, guides, healing oils. It is wonderful to be able to use these things, but recognize that we have the same gifts and powers within us through God's I Am presence. And we will stop there for today. bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com to donate to our church. And have a great day. I love you. Know who you are. Speak your truth to yourself. And move towards sovereignty more and more every day. We're here to help raise the vibration of Mother Earth and her people. Don't focus on world events. Focus on you. I love you. God is blessed.